everyone, welcome to this short seated practice. So for this entire yoga sequence, hello everyone and welcome to this short practice. For our entire time together, we're going to be seated on the ground. You can sit directly on the ground or you can sit on a pillow. I'm sitting on a big pillow, but a bed pillow would work. And I have a mat, but you could also do this directly on the carpet. So not a lot of props needed. And yeah, I'm so excited that you're here to join me for this quick seated practice. So find a comfortable seat somewhere. Leg position doesn't matter. They could be crossed. They could be, out to the side, whatever feels good for you. Let's take some breaths here together. Just starting to notice what your breath is like. Are your breaths short and shallow? Or are they long and filling up your entire body? Just exploring what your breath is like as it is. Feel the ground underneath you. Feel what's supporting your body. Let's take a couple breaths together. So a longer inhale and exhale through the mouth. Big sighs. Let's do that 2 more times. Longer inhale and exhale. And 1 more time. From here, let's start bringing some movement into our upper body. We're raising one arm up, inhaling and exhaling the arm down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're just starting to link our breath with our body. Maybe you want to do 2 at a time. Inhaling as they go up and exhaling as you go down. When you link your breath with your movements, you're going to go at a different speed than other people. You might be breathing at a faster or slower rate than me, and that's okay. We all breathe a little bit differently. Feel free to move the way you're sitting, changing it up a little bit. Maybe you want to do some shoulder rolls. And from here, I invite you to join me in a seated twist. So you're going to take your left hand, bringing it to your right thigh. So bringing your left hand to your right thigh, and then taking your other hand and bringing it behind you, either to the ground or the pillow, and looking by your back shoulder. Making sure you're breathing here. Feeling any sensation in your back. Going back to the middle, taking a breath here. And then doing the same thing on the opposite side. So taking your right hand to your left leg, taking your other hand behind you, and looking over your back shoulder. So we're just starting with this gentle seated twist. Bringing your hands back to center. And maybe you want to start making some circles with your elbows. So imagine you're circling them. You could make them really big or really small. Maybe you want to try both and see which kind feel better, maybe somewhere in the middle. And then make sure you go in the opposite direction from where you started. And you might notice that it feels a little different going in one direction to the other direction. We're going to take our right hand, bring it down to either the ground or to a pillow if you're sitting on it. And then taking your opposite hand and reaching up over your head. You're going to feel a stretch. Maybe you feel it in the back of your body or in the side of your body. Just notice where you feel any sort of stretch here. And you can decide where you want to look. Maybe you want to look down to the ground or up to your hand or somewhere in the middle. Just breathing here and noticing where you feel any sensation or you feel any stretch in your body. Taking a couple more breaths. And then bring your hands back down. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So bring your hand down to the ground, another hand up overhead. Just breathing as you look up and down. Figuring out what feels best for your neck. Making sure you're continuing to breathe. And just noticing where you feel sensation on this side of the body. Maybe it's in a different place than the opposite side. Maybe not. Just noticing what is. And then bring your hands back up, coming to center. From here, you can bring your arms up towards the sky. And maybe you want to hold onto your elbows or your forearms. Or you could clasp your hands behind your head, bring your elbows in towards your ears. So just figuring out what sort of the best position for you to be in here, playing around with it. And from here, we're just going to sort of tilt to one side. Again, we're feeling a stretch in the side of the body and maybe our back. Taking a breath here. Coming back up to the middle. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Coming back to center. Maybe you want to change your hand position. You don't have to, but maybe you want to play around with it. This time we're going to come a little bit forward and then stretch to the side. Looking down at the ground. Maybe noticing if you feel sensation in a different part of your body. And then coming back up to center. And then coming a little bit forward again and going to the opposite side. I feel a little bit of a stretch in my mid back rather than the side or my upper back. So just noticing for you what you feel here. And then coming back up to center. From here, maybe you want to do a little bit of a back bend, sending your chest out forward, bringing your hands back. And then coming back up to neutral and bringing your arms down. Maybe you want to shake that out. Doing some neck rolls. If you do that, make sure you go in both directions. From here, I invite you to join me in some cat-cows. So for cat-cow, we're going to start in cow. We're going to arch our spine. I'm going to turn so you can see me this way. I'm going to arch my spine. Bringing my chest in front, opening up the chest, lifting my chin towards the sky. Breathing here. And then on your next exhale, you're going to round your spine like an angry cat. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhaling, arching the back, bringing your chin up towards the sky, opening up your chest. And exhaling. Rounding your spine, bring your chin down to your chest. Just doing a few rounds of these. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe you want to add in some arms, totally optional. Maybe you want to cactus your arms and then bring them together. Or maybe you want to have your arms out by your sides and out in front. Or maybe you just want to have them down on your legs or in your lap. Just deciding what feels best for you as you flow from cow to cat. So doing a couple more. Keep going at your own speed. Again, if we're matching this to our inhales and our exhales, we're gonna go at a different speed because our breath might not be the same length as everyone else's. So do one or two more and then you can come and you can join me in this butterfly position. So my feet are together, my knees are out to the side. This might feel slightly intense in the body. So if that does, you can bring, if you have yoga blocks, you can put them under your knees, or like throw pillows, like couch cushions would work too and be really comfy just to support your body. So once you're in this position, feeling your tall spine, so you're sitting up relatively straight. And from here, I invite you to fold forward. So you're gonna hinge right here at your hips, coming forward, bringing your torso down. And you can place your hands wherever feels good. So maybe you want them on your legs or your calves. I tend to like them on my feet. You can also put them on the ground. From here, I'm imagining my back is flat, like I'm on sort of like a angle from my hips. My back is flat and I'm looking forward and I'm just breathing here. And then I take another couple breaths and I hinge forward a little bit more, rounding my shoulders and turning my head towards the ground. So before my back felt relatively straight and I was looking up. And now my back feels curved at the top. My shoulders feel rounded and I'm looking down towards my feet. Breathing here. Slowly, very, very slowly bringing yourself back up. Head comes up last. Taking a breath, and then I invite you to bring one leg out to the side. Bringing your other foot in towards you. So it doesn't have to be right in there. It could be out in front of you. Whatever feels best for you. To get mine in all the way, I need to pull it. So from here, I'm sitting facing forward. I'm gonna raise my arms up towards the sky and just twist my torso. So my legs are staying in the same spot. I'm twisting my torso over to my foot that's out to the side, and then I'm gonna slowly lower my body down. And I'm gonna bring my hands down to anywhere that feels good. So as soon as I feel a sensation in my back, I stop. So know that you don't have to go very far. You could have your hands on your thigh or your calf. You can touch your toes, but just know that just because you can doesn't mean you necessarily have to. You don't want to like strain yourself to get there. We're just, when we feel sensation, that's where we can stop. And just breathing here. Maybe you want to look forward or look down, rounding your shoulders. Just examining which one feels better for you. Taking another breath or two before slowly coming back up to a straight spine. And then we're gonna bring our other foot back in. We're back in that butterfly pose. So let's take a breath. And then taking your opposite leg out to the side. Again, you can leave your foot here or you can bring it in towards your other leg. We're facing forward. Raise your arms up towards the sky. And then turning your torso and coming down over your leg. So again, bringing your arms to wherever feels good, wherever you begin to feel sensation in your back. And you don't have to be at the same spot you were last time. So maybe your hands were here and now they feel good to be over here. So feel free to move them around. That's okay. Or maybe you had them out here before, but now you want them to be higher. Again, just seeing what feels good. Different sides of our body needs different things. And making sure you're breathing. And slowly coming back up, turning your torso towards the middle, bringing your other leg out to the side. So now when you have both of your feet out, you can have them as narrow or as wide as you like. And from here, we're gonna fold forward again, coming a little bit forward. You can have your hands on your legs. You can have them on the ground in front of you. Again, you could be looking straight, or you can do that rounding of the spine, looking down towards the ground. So figure out what feels best for you here. We're just gonna hold it for a couple of breaths. Make sure to keep a bend in the knee. I feel a lot of sensation behind my knees, so I try to keep at least a little bit of a bend. I don't want to overextend and hurt myself. From here, I'm gonna push myself back up and come back into that butterfly pose. So I'm sitting with a tall spine. And from here, let's just take a few breaths together. You've participated in this great practice. I love a short practice where we don't need a lot of props and we can just move quickly on our mat from a comfortable seated spot. So from here, you can either sit up, or if you have a wall nearby, you could sit on a wall. Just find a comfortable way to sit. And let's just take a few breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Thank yourself for taking this time to practice. Taking a few minutes out of your day to move your body is so important, but can also be super hard. We all have a lot going on, so just give yourself credit for showing up today. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.